because he wants to play. I love Mike Evans. Today, he didn't touch the ball till the fourth quarter, but he just wants to win. Chris Godwin, same way. Gronk, same way. If AB's not that way, then we're going to have a problem. So, Brandon, will Antonio Brown be a good fit with Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Absolutely. Tom Brady's one of those guys that can just pull you in and get you on the straight and narrow. And I think that conversation already happened. So I don't think there will be any problems moving forward. I love this, right? Because when you look at what teams are dealing with around the NFL when it comes to injuries, they're pulling people off of practice squads that haven't played. They're pulling guys off the street. You got guys like that haven't played in 4 years getting calls. So when you have a potential Hall of Famer sitting on the side and you also have a team that is built to make this run to the championship, you get it done. Now, Nick, you just talked about, well, Bill Belichick made a great decision on moving on from Tom Brady because he knew he couldn't lead his team to another Super Bowl. So it was a great decision. Yes. Well, it looks to me like Tom Brady goes to Tampa and he can lead this team to a Super Bowl, which is interesting because who was in a better position last year? Was it the New England Patriots or was it the Tampa Bay Bucs? I believe it was the New England Patriots. When you look at Tampa, the Tom Brady effect, the offensive line, one of the worst in the league. Turnovers, one of the worst in the league. Penalties, one of the worst in the league. Defense, one of the worst in the league. So you take Tom Brady, you insert him into Tampa in this situation. You have a Super Bowl contender. You're banged up at the wide receiver position. You insert Antonio Brown. But now you're back on track. So this is a scary situation.
So here's the thing. I would have taken this risk as well if I were Tampa. And I think Bruce Arians is exactly right when he says he screws up once and he's gone. And I said this when we were talking about Seattle bringing in Antonio Brown. You're paying him nothing. You're giving up no draft picks. So there is minimal risk. So I don't think it's the wrong move. But I don't agree with a lot of what Brandon said there, which is we know Tom Brady will get Antonio Brown under control. Antonio Brown was literally living at his house and lasted 11 days. Couldn't help himself but to tweet and Instagram his way out of New England. The only person who can help Antonio Brown is Antonio Brown. So whether he wants to continue to blow up his career or not is going to be based on whether or not, to be totally honest, he hit bottom when he was shackled in that courtroom and realized nobody in the league wanted to touch him. But as far as Bruce Arians and the fit, I would have taken the risk, but I also would have been maybe a little more cautious with my commentary over the last 18 months if I'm Arians. He's called him a diva. He said they don't have room. He said he's not a fit. And in those comments right there where he says Evans and Godwin, those are great guys. They don't mind if they're not getting touches. Okay. Chris Godwin's never been paid, ever. Was coming off an all-pro caliber year last year. Numbers not the same this year, even though the quarterback play has gotten better. Mike Evans is on pace for the worst year of his career since his rookie season. And I understand it's like, well, we were banged up, but you're not anymore. Your wide receiving core is totally healthy now. And some of those mouths aren't going to be fed.
They're not healthy.
Okay,
he asked them before. He asked them before the start of last game, where are you guys at? And they said 80%, 85%, 90%. Yeah. They're not healthy. Are they out there playing? Yes. But they can't, as a receiver, you need to be fully healthy if you want to be efficient and effective out there on Sunday.
Jump in, Wilds.
So Brandon, they're gonna get healthy, right? It's like a hamstring. So it's like once Mike Evans is healthy, Antonio Brown might still be on the team. He might not. He might talk himself off. But, Nick, I'm going to go a little bit deeper on your Antonio Brown thing and Bruce Arians. Here's an article from the Washington Post. I'll read the headline. Antonio Brown's feuding with Bruce Arians, Emmanuel Sanders, and everyone in his mentions. And this wasn't brought up when Arians was talking about it's not a fit. And remember, he said it's not a fit, there's not enough room. And everyone's like, the reporter's like, well, what about Perryman? He's going, he's like, well, no, not a fit. And not enough money. Like, well, what if it's free? Bruce Arians doesn't want him on the team. I am not buying that he's had a total change of heart in the past 18 months. Here's what Antonio Brown said about Bruce Arians in a now deleted tweet, January 16th. He didn't draft me, talking about Arians. He drafted Sanders, same guy who missed rehab, so he's throwing Sanders under the bus. Missed rehab to go on the network to talk about me in a situation he had zero clue about. Listen to this. Arians now wears Kangol hats and glasses, but I'm a diva? So it's like, it's just an odd fit. And I don't think Bruce Arians is like, it's all water under the bridge. It's not Brandon Newey's like, hey, if he makes one mistake, bro. The level of mistakes that Antonio Brown can make are actually pretty terrifying. But I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
but
like, first of all, 20 minutes late for a meeting. Is that it? Like,
yeah,
when,
but
when
first of all, he hasn't tweeted.
I don't want to be so negative
first of all,
about it,
he hasn't tweeted or Instagrammed anything in months. When that suspension came down, Antonio Brown has been straight clean. And that is a big deal for this kid. Think about how he has no type of self-control when it comes to social media. For the past couple months, he hasn't done anything on social media. That's one. And two, this is not odd. We see this in business. We see this in politics. We see this all over the place. People coming together for one common goal, to win or to be successful.
Right.
So when you have a Super Bowl, the Lombardi Trophy sitting right there, they're going to do everything they can, because Bruce Arians, he just walked away from football. You don't think he wants that Super Bowl trophy? You don't think those other guys in that locker room, Mike Evans and Gronk and Godwin, you don't think they want that Super Bowl trophy and saying, let's get it done? Whatever it takes. It's hard to win a game in the National Football League, let alone a Super Bowl.
That's
and the
fine,
truth is, he's not going to play. He's not going to play for Bruce Arians. Let's face it, he's going to play with Tom Brady. That's why this whole idea that Brady had nothing to do with the move is a joke. It's all about Tom Brady.
Listen, that is right. This is because Brady wanted him there. There is no equivocation, no question about it. And maybe it will work. Again, Antonio Brown, when he's been on the field in his career, is as productive as any receiver ever. But we can't pretend like he's not a live wire, and we can't pretend like there aren't certain guys in the Bucs locker room, I would imagine, that did not greet this news with open arms. That's all I'm saying, Jenna.
All right, let's move on. Time for a little drawing a blank now. Switch sports, switch actors, the whole bit. Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are collaborating on a Nike basketball shoe. The two haven't played a game together yet, but already they're working on a shoe. That's confidence right there. Brandon, KD and Kyrie collabing on a new shoe is blank.
You know.